I was doing the Ernie Ford show, and I think it was Bud Yorkin who was going to do Andy Williams. I can't really remember, and he offered me the job. And it was the second year that Andy had been on. The first year, a designer by the name of Bob Carlton did it, and he went on to do Dinah Shore. So the job was open, and I hated to leave Ernie Ford, but I went on to Andy Williams, and Andy had one tuxedo that he was in love with, and he wore that for the first 3, 4 years of the show. I do remember that. But we did a lot of sweaters. I did a lot of different sweater looks for him, and a lot of costume stuff too. And his thing was he wanted to be taller. He would have images. He would say to me, "I want to look like Steve McQueen." So find out where Steve buys his jeans. So you'd find out where Steve bought his jeans, and you'd bring them in, and then of course, but I don't look like Steve McQueen. And you would try to explain, well, it doesn't always work that way. Then he would come back. He had seen My Fair Lady, and he'd say, "I want to look like Rex Harrison." So we would start buying the little check caps, and we would do the Rex Harrison look. And we went through several images, and finally one day I said, "Why don't you just look like Andy Williams?" I mean, I said, "You're known for the sweaters and all. Just be happy that you're Andy." And he bought that for a while, but usually he'd come back with some other image that he wanted to look like somebody else. But I had a good time with him. Well, one of the sweaters was a sweater that I had originally done for the chorus on Ernie Ford show for a hymn. It was a black sweater, and to give it a little different look, I did a felt applique that was in the shape of almost a V on the front of it. And a company by the name of Parker of Vienna liked the look of it, and they started making that sweater for Andy Williams. They did the basic sweater, and then it was like a three-tone V that they did over it, which was a huge seller as a golf sweater. It became like a signature sweater for Andy and for a lot of golfers too.